What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla and the overall market. I'm going to talk about some very important news about Cathie and why this close in the market is very important. What you should be watching for as time progresses. But let me first say that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull and deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. You deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 of them, and the offer ends very soon in just 11 days. Anyways, looking at Tesla, there's a big downtrend right now. The daily candlestick looks a bit more bearish, and so far Tesla's continuing to fall. But despite how much Tesla is dropping, let me first say that right now, Cathie Wood is buying about $14 million worth of Tesla stock. She's continuing to buy up the shares as it's making a bigger percentage of her net holdings. That's very, very important for Ark Invest, and this is very, very big news. Now, why does she keep buying the dip? Is she out of her mind or does she know something? The answer, in my opinion, is that she knows something. She knows that this is just another buying opportunity. She is not scared when she sees Tesla dips the way it is falling. She knows that this is just another buying opportunity because the long term is still very bright for this company. Cathie Wood's strategy is very simple. She's not going all in at once, which is what a lot of people oftentimes do. She's slowly buying in little by little by little. The more it drops, the more she buys slowly, slowly, slowly. And overall, she's dollar cost averaging down, bringing her average down. And that's a very, very good strategy, in my opinion. Now, that's not financial advice. I'm just talking about what she's doing. This is like a chart of what the top holdings are of ARK Invest or Ark Invest. A Tesla is the top holding right now at 9.75%. That's how much the weight is. The market value is also about $629 million. That's a lot of money put into Tesla. Number two is Coinbase. Then we have Roku, but still Tesla is number one. And she's continuing to buy those dips as she looks very, very excited about these levels. So, for the market right now, we're watching this support zone at 146.5 to about 147 on Tesla. Primarily, if 147 is trying to hold that. We have resistance at 149, 150.25, 151.5, then 154. If we lose the support down here at this 146.5 area, I'm going to be watching 145 and then 142. Yes, the share price is looking bearish, but whether the market bounces or not depends on lots of factors. Tesla has earnings alongside big tech, and we'll see if that affects us. Now, max pain for SPY is at 500. That doesn't really guarantee anything because right now SPY is still kind of weak. We have a lot of puts expiring, but they have the edge because of the fact that right now, with the whole Israel situation, things are still very, very tense. There's a lot of crazy things going on around the world involving Iran and Israel, and it's still affecting the market to a large extent. And we're not really seeing the market getting bought back up like crazy so far. We're seeing an attempt for it to get bought back up a little bit, but it's not that crazy. So far, Tesla's kind of shuffling in this range. It might just be stuck in the 147s. Might make its way up a little higher, but it's not that significant. On SPY is continuing to dip, falling lower and lower and lower. But notice something very interesting. We have this key support I have marked over here. This is 493 to 494. We have to hold this for there to be hope for a bounce next week. If we lose 493, this thing is going to be dipping all the way down to lower levels. It's going to fail. It's going to likely see more downside if we close below 493. If we hold above 493 to 494, I could see SPY, possibly have an attempt to bounce next week, a small one. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to bounce forever. It could just be a small counter trend move before it continues lower. But there is hope for that if we close above 493 to 494. If we lose that support right now, that's going to be a bad sign. As of right now, buyers are trying to defend that support, and we'll see if we could hold it for now. But I'll talk more about that move later. Just watch and see where we close. Can we close above 493 or not? That's going to be critical for SPY. If we do close above it, there's hope. If we end up losing it, this thing has a lot more downside coming, in my opinion. Nvidia came down quite a bit. We're now at the support very close to 768. And then we have resistance right over here around, it's like 778 as well. If we lose this support, we could dip all the way down to 750. But as of right now, Nvidia is looking bearish, very, very weak right now. We'll see if we get a counter trend move since we're down almost 9% in a single day. But this is very significant, and we'll have to see what it does after this. Nvidia is still on a big drop, and that's causing the QQQ to dip as well. The QQQ is barely at 414. That's where we have this support. I marked down these levels. Not sure what happened over here. I had some levels marked down. Let me double check this. That's kind of strange. It looks like my levels. Oh, there they are. They took some time to appear. So, anyways, we have 413 to 414 is our support zone on the QQQ. If we lose 413, that's where this gap happened to be. This thing could easily fall all the way down to 410, then 407. If we break past 416, we're going to be pushing back up to 418 pretty quickly. In my opinion, we're still kind of stuck right now trying to hold 414. We'll have to see if that support holds or not. If not, we could see a dip to even lower levels. So I'll be watching that very, very carefully. So on the QQQ, watch and see if we could hold up around these levels. Can we hold above 414 or not? If we do hold it, there is still some hope for it. If we end up losing 413, we're going to turn a lot more bearish. So give it a little bit more time. Apple is barely holding support at 165. I did call out this level this morning. I said that historically, for the last few months, every time we hit this 165 zone, we tend to bounce on Apple. So if we hold this, there is hope for it to bounce. If we close below 165 or lose it, there is a risk of more downside. So just be careful. Apple is barely holding up, so we're going to give this a little bit more time. All right. So with that being said, just for a few more, if you want to look at like Meta and Amazon, the charts are not looking that great. I'm going to pull up the daily charts just to show you something. On the daily chart for Amazon, we broke our support. I'm going to actually delete these lines. It actually lost its channel. It's looking a lot more bearish. We have 174. If we lose this, watch 172. We have to hold 172 because if we lose that, we're going to easily fall to 169. So that's going to be key for Amazon. We'll see what it does. For Meta, we have support currently at this 478 to 480 zone. If we lose 478, we have a gap to fill all the way down to 467. So if we lose, that support, there's going to be a lot more downside coming to Meta. We lost our support already, so it's looking kind of weak. So I'll be watching this very carefully. With that being said, guys, watch SPY's close. Can we close above 493? Do we end up losing it? As of right now, it's holding up well, so there is potential for it to try to get a counter trend move, but nothing's guaranteed yet. We have to give this a little bit more time, and we'll see what the market does. All right, so for Tesla, we're just barely holding 147. We're going to watch this shuffle for the time being, then we'll see how things go from here. Thank you all so much for listening. Make sure you watch these levels, and the market's going to close in about half an hour, so I'll see you guys at least in the next video. One more thing I just wanted to mention, that is for the market right now, we're still in a very, very tense situation involving Israel and Iran. As you guys know, Israel had their counterattack strikes after Iran retaliated over the last weekend. So with that happening, the situation is very tense. Crude is going to likely start increasing, especially because Iran will likely, I think there's a good chance they might try to attack back. So it's just going back and forth, right? And this is a very, very tense situation. It's very, very unique. It's part of why the market is performing the way it is going. And it's continuing to affect Tesla as well, because it's going to affect our inflation and crude and other factors like that. So that's why the market's kind of underperforming. For Tesla, there is hope for it to make a big move next week as we have earnings coming out. I'll talk more about that in my next video in just a couple of hours. So that being said, thank you all so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'll be back for one more video for today, and then after that, we have the weekend. So have a great day, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you, and peace out.